Some experts are predicting a double-digit increase in interest rates by next year. We're going to get into that. First, we need you guys to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. So, story time for everybody who has just tuning in for the first time or has missed this. But last March, Justin and I were sitting up in our office and he and I were talking about the future of interest rates. And he predicted that, and I got this on video. Y'all have to go back and watch that, but he predicted 7% interest rates. And I got out my camera, I filmed it, and I said, I'm gonna save this in my phone, and if it really happens, we're gonna upload it. And it did. So I uploaded it. You'll have to go check that out.
And here we are in November, and they're basically there.
And you were 100% accurate. I'm gonna take you and your wife out to Vegas with me and have you tell me to put it on red or black. So how in the world did you predict that? Like, what did you look for?
Yeah, so basically what I did was I studied the 1981 to 1984 recession.
Okay.
Because that was all about inflation.
Yeah.
Right? That's what caused it. It was huge inflation. They had to raise rates into the 20+% range. And so I kind of looked at how much interest rates went up, and they doubled plus another 0.5%. So I took our current interest rate, which was about 3, double them to 6 plus 0.5%, put us at 7. And that's the number they had to get to kind of squash inflation.
Yeah.
And so I felt like our numbers were going to be pretty similar to that. So right on pace, we're going to end the year, high 6s, 7% interest rate, somewhere around that range. We've hit 7 already. The question is, what is it going to do in 2023?
Yeah.
And that's a more loaded story. So
let's hear it, Real Estate Rain Man.
Lawrence Young, Chief Economic Advisor for National Association of Realtors, he's predicting 8%. Okay. There's a couple firms out there that are predicting drops. Some are predicting 7, and some are even predicting 10%.
Oof, that's so painful.
So what I think is going to happen is I could see them possibly getting to 8.
Okay.
But I think high 7s are going to be about as high as they go. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did kind of hit 8. Okay. And let me tell you why. The Fed has already kind of said they're going to do some more rate increases. But you guys, we're starting to feel major impacts, not just in the real estate and mortgage market, but you guys know friends that are starting to get worried about their job. Maybe they've already lost their job, and there's hiring freezes on all the big companies. And so you're going to start seeing people lose jobs, and we're going to officially enter the recession. And when recessions happen, what do rates typically do?
Rates go down.
They typically go down.
Yes.
And so...
Do you know what goes up, though? Sorry to interrupt you. Lipstick sales go up during a recession. We learned about this. It's for people to give themselves a little bit of a boost of morale. So, but anyways.
So basically, like a woman wants to look good. And how much does lipstick cost? Like good lipstick?
Good lipstick? Oh, $25-$30. I mean,
dang!
It's worth it though. I mean, when you
need the cheap, like $5 lipstick. Do they sell $5 lipstick?
They sell it, but let me tell you something. If you can't get your lashes done, your nails done, your hair done because you're on a budget, you're going out and you're buying that lipstick. Yes.
All right, that makes sense. So invest in some lipstick stock. I don't even know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
But lipstick sales do go up.
Yes.
So as we enter this recession, I think you will see another rate increase from the Fed that's officially going to put rates into permanent 7s, okay, for the end of the year, just like I predicted. They might have to do a little bump to that in January or February, but by then, I really think that there'll be a lot of people struggling from the recession. There'll be a lot of jobs lost. And because of that, I don't see them getting higher than 7.5%. I don't see them quite hitting 8%. Double digits, man, that's got to be a 1-2% chance that they'd hit double digits. In fact, I think it's more likely that they'll be at a 6 or even in the high 5s by the end of next year versus 10.
That makes me, and I'm sure everyone else out there, feel a little bit more optimistic, right?
Yes.
So
now let's look a little bit beyond 2023 and 2024, because as we looked at the trends of 1981 to 1984's inflation, what we noticed is as they brought rates back down because they were going into the recession, that it kind of didn't solve the inflation problem wasn't all the way solved. So they actually had to raise them a second time, but luckily it wasn't as high. So it would look something like this in our current market. So by February, they're in mid sevens. Then by March, April, we drop them back down to the sixes. Then we kind of go through the summer and fall, we hit maybe the high fives, mid fives, or even low fives. And now people with the lower home prices, plus with the lower interest rates, that house payment is something that people can do. And so builders start getting excited again because inflations are officially squashed.
Yeah.
Investors start getting excited again. And then inflation will kind of rear its ugly head again. And just when we thought we were out of it, that pesky inflation is hanging around. That's gonna be the news articles. And so they're gonna have to kind of juggle that low fives to high fives. Maybe even back to the low six by the end of 2023, if that same trend continues. But then by 2024, it's gonna go down, 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 down. And you're gonna have some super low rates in 2024.
And that's an election year too. So
rates typically go down in election year.
Absolutely. All right, well, that makes me sweat a little bit less. I hope that answers some questions for you guys.
And one caveat, interest rates are the hardest thing to predict.
You've done a great job.
Take it with a grain of salt, because we obviously have no indication or control or anything on what the Federal Reserve is going to do. So just keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.